Now, what they should probably do in the draft, I'm thinking, is, and in free agency, I think they should draft a quarterback, try to get like a franchise quarterback for the future, and then also go get a veteran quarterback in free agency. Not someone at the end of their career, but someone about halfway through their career, maybe like a Carson Palmer, a Jason Campbell, Sage Rosenfels again. That kind of player, I think could do really well with the Vikings, given everything else that's going on with the team. And I also think in the draft they need to address the secondary. Everyone thinks the secondary is terrible and they need 4 new starters, but really I like Chris Cook, who's hurt, and Cedric Griffin, who's hurt, and Antoine Winfield as a nickelback, as the 3 cornerbacks on the field, 2 or 3 for most plays. They could use a starting safety. I don't like Madu Williams. Tyrell Johnson has potential, but has not super impressed me yet. And I actually like Hussein Abdullah. He's looked pretty good. So when that secondary gets healthy, it's not going to be as bad as everyone has been saying that it is. But, they could use a starting safety. So I'd like to see that somewhere in the draft, too. And then the last thing I think they need to do in the draft is get an offensive lineman. The offensive line was another injury-riddled place. Sullivan missed a few games at center. Hutchinson missed several games. And I think Herrera and Cook both went down at right guard, and they stuck DeGear in there, who's a rookie, if I remember correctly. So a little experience for him, but a little more depth at the offensive line would be good too. I think quarterback's most important. If they can get a franchise guy at pick 12, that'd be amazing. And then, safety and offensive line, I think, are depth at offensive line are important places to draft at too. Wish they still had that 3rd draft pick that they gave up for Randy Moss. We'll have to see who the Patriots grab with that and how good he ends up being. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the off season. I'm looking forward to next season. I think the Vikings have a talented team, and I think they'll be rebuilding in some places, but really talented in others, and that they could do well if they draft well and they're smart in free agency and they put some schemes that play to their players' strengths. And the last thing I'll say is I like Toby Gerhart. I think he has learned well. I've seen improvement in some of the thinking areas of the game. I think he could be a good 3rd down back. I think he could do pass blocking, picking up blitzes, things like that. And I also think he could be a short yardage back, somebody who could get a hard 1 yard on a 3rd and 1 at the toward the end of a game situation where you really need it. And he could do it without there being a fullback on the field. And what that does is it keeps the defense on the other side of the ball guessing, because the old Vikings, when you saw Tahi and Peterson out there, you knew exactly what they were going to do on a 3rd and short situation. But with Gerhart, he could run it, or he could be in there to pass block. And it lets you put another weapon on the field. You can get another tight end or another wide receiver on the field because there's no fullback. Never been a big fan of using a fullback in an offense. And the whole Tahi thing. Another former Eagle that Childress liked, and they always forced it and it never really worked with the rest of the team. So anyway, I'm kind of rambling. It's been too long since I've made a video, but the Vikings were terrible last season. Still love them, always be a fan, but I think next season's going to be better. I'm looking forward to it, and the off season's going to be fun. So, thanks for watching. See ya.